Chapter 9, God, Simulation, or Self. At some point, if you've looked hard enough, felt deep enough, and broken through your own illusions enough, you hit the big wall. What's behind all this? Is there a creator? A consciousness? A code? Is this all a dream, a projection, a test, a game? Is there someone, something watching? Or is it just us, spinning through space, attaching meaning to the void? This chapter doesn't promise an answer. It doesn't pick a side. It pulls the curtain back on the question itself. And maybe that's all we really need. The God model. Let's start with the classic. A higher power. An intelligence. Not necessarily an old man in the sky, but something beyond us. Call it God, Source, the Absolute, Brahman, Allah, the universe. Many names. Same instinct. The core belief, there's order. Intention. Design. A reason we're here. People who've had near-death experiences often describe light, peace, emerging with something vast and loving. Mystics across cultures speak of unity, transcendence, divine presence. That's not nothing. Maybe it's psychological. Maybe it's neurochemical. Or maybe it's a real experience of touching something we've forgotten. Something bigger than the individual self. The appeal of God is that we're not alone. That we matter. That there's a force that sees us. Guides us. Forgives us. Loves us. Or at least knows we're here. That kind of belief can heal. It can also be weaponized, rigid, used to avoid responsibility. But at its best, it humbles us. Anchors us. Reminds us we're part of something we didn't create. The simulation model. Then there's the tech-fueled theory, this is all a simulation. We're in a hyper-advanced game, created by post-human beings or some alien architect. Reality is rendered as we observe it. Time is code. Matter is data. Free will? Just part of the programming. Sound insane? Elon Musk, Nick Bostrom, and a bunch of physicists don't think so. And the way quantum particles behave, only choosing a state when measured, makes some scientists wonder if this is less physical reality and more interactive software. If we are in a simulation, it reframes everything. God becomes the programmer. Synchronicities become glitches. Consciousness becomes the observer function that makes the system run. But here's the kicker, if the simulation feels real, does it matter if it is or isn't? Your pain, joy, love, they're real to you. Even if they're made of pixels. Maybe the point isn't to escape the game. Maybe it's to play it better. With more awareness. Less ego. More curiosity. The self as the source. There's another possibility, you are it. Not the small self, the ego, the personality, the storyline, but the deeper self. The field of awareness everything arises in. The observer. The presence behind the thoughts. This is the non-dual perspective, there is no separate God, no external architect. What you're seeking is what's looking. Consciousness isn't in you. You're in it. It's a radical idea. It cuts out the middleman. No divine hierarchy. No simulation architecture. Just pure awareness appearing as you, as me, as everything. When people experience this, they describe it as peace. Freedom. Ego death. The collapse of separation. The realization that I am that. Not in a narcissistic way. In an unshakably quiet way. This view can be liberating. It can also be terrifying. Because if there's no God to pray to, no external system to blame, no entity pulling strings, then it's all on you. Or more accurately, all you. What if there is no answer? Here's the real question beneath the question. Why do we need to know? Would it change how you live? Would it make your pain easier? Would it fix your relationships, your past, your fear of death? Maybe. But maybe not. Maybe the need to know is a trap. Maybe asking what's behind this keeps us from living within it. The universe doesn't owe us clarity. We might never get a solid answer. But we can get meaning. We can get presence. We can get real. And maybe that's enough. Belief as a tool, not a cage. What if beliefs are maps, not prisons? What if the God model works for some moments, the simulation model fits others, and the self model helps when everything else falls apart? You don't have to pick a team. You can believe in a divine intelligence and still question the system. You can be open to the idea of a simulation and still live like your choices matter. You can sit in pure awareness and still cry, still rage, still want someone to hold you. The human mind wants fixed answers. The soul? It wants to feel something true. Even if it can't explain it. Closing the chapter. God. Simulation. Self. Maybe they're all metaphors. Maybe they're all true at different levels. Maybe they're all wrong. Or maybe they're all just human attempts to wrap language around something too big, too quiet, too strange to be named. What matters is this. You're here. Aware. Breathing. Feeling. Asking. You're part of something you didn't invent. Whether it's code, consciousness, or divinity, you're inside it. And it's inside you. The final chapter will explore what it means to live in that tension. To stop chasing certainty and instead walk the middle path where doubt, belief, darkness, and light all sit at the same table.